Byrne's got to put it up. He'll take the drop, sets up, and he's throwing complete. Intended downfield for a couple of guys. I don't know which one he intended. It appeared to be Bill Farrell. So the punting unit, which is not the strongest part of the New Hampshire game, will be coming on.
Do you notice that number 7, Oles, who is a man that turned the game around in the second period for New Hampshire, has not been used at all in the second half? And this is often the case. A freshman that had very little press coming into it, only one catch. They've kind of forgotten about the boy again.
Well, I won't forget about him. I'm going to remember this young man the rest of this year because we're going to see him again next year. All right. It will be hit by Thompson from back along the 5. A high spiraling kick. A fair catch is called for at midfield by Gary Groves. Boy, that's when the coach's heart is right up in his, right in the back of his throat because you don't want to make a mistake there. Maine now has the lead, and they're at midfield. It is 38-33, a 36-yard punt. Not a bad kick at all. A timeout is called here. Momentarily, we'll take this 30-second break, and we will return to the University of Maine. Stay tuned.
Husson College for their high academic reputation.
Their small classes and the personal attention offered to each student.
Not to mention flexible evening classes.
Intercollegiate sports.
Recreational sports.
Great friends. A beautiful campus.
Financial aid.
An excellent job placement rate.
And people who really care about my future.
Find your own reasons for making Husson your #1 college choice. Call a Husson counselor today. Husson College and you. Tomorrow's leaders are at Husson today.
They were supposed to have some kind of lobster race here. I saw some lobsters. I've been informed that we had a rising tide and the lobster races were canceled. That's hardly one of the big announcements of this century. I think we ought to lock the door and keep those guys out who are bringing in messages like that. Fight the Bears at midfield, actually the 49-yard line. Giselle back in there going in motion. Bob Wilder. Deep handoff to Lance Theobald. Theobald slips. Crosses over midfield. Goes to about the 48-yard line. Lance Theobald, who has scored 3 touchdowns today. Dorsey is injured and went out and apparently will not be available the rest of the afternoon. What a game this has been. 38-33. It started with Maine scoring 17 unanswered points in the first quarter. And then New Hampshire coming back and hanging 10 up there in the second period quickly. And it has been seesawing back and forth. Wilder takes a deep drop. They have him by the shirt. He'll be sacked back at the 40. It was 17-0 at the quarter. It was 31-20 Maine at the halftime. That's the kind of second period we had. A big loss as Wilder is pulled down by the shirt.
A lot of pressure on by New Hampshire. Both defenses putting on pressure. The heavy blitz comes in, 46, inside linebacker making the tackle, getting the credit for the sack.
Again, 7 minutes to go in this football game. Maine does not want to give New Hampshire another opportunity. They'd like to get down here and score or control this thing, but that sack put him in a bit of a hole. Wilder takes a deep drop. He's going to put it down long. Hebra is down there. Can he get it? No! And pass interference. Pass interference. I waited a little bit, and pass interference. Stan Harrison, I thought bumped him. We'll look at it on instant replay. I'm not surprised we got the call. Remember now, that's a penalty from the line of scrimmage, not downfield. It looked like he got bumped going down the field. Pass inter, that's an automatic first down, though. That's the key. I don't know if they're going to show it to us again or not. But if they do, I think you'll see Harrison bump him going down.
15-yard penalty.
That's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, but an automatic first down. They've changed that rule in recent years.
And Maine had a third down and about 20 yards to go. That's a big penalty. Going to keep that offensive drive alive.
George Hale with you, along with Coach Walter Abbott from the University of Maine at Orono. And the Bears just get a break. Bob Wilder. Toss back goes to Theobald. In the darkness. Goes to the 40. Breaks the tackle. Goes to the 35. Down to the 32. First down, Maine. The University of Maine wants this game very badly, but so does New Hampshire. It's a war.
This has been a tough battle for the offensive line for both teams, especially Maine's, because Maine is just trying to keep that ball going, keep the drive going. That extra effort that the coaches are calling on will pay off right now. Here's Lance, extra effort carrying the ball.
Maine with another first down. Wilder, toss back, goes to Theobald, fights his way inside the 30 to the 27. This is pretty smart football by Maine. Let that clock run a little bit, and hopefully they're saying, let's get it down in here and put it in the end zone. Let a little time run. New Hampshire has got to get the football back.
New Hampshire's are inside, Maine's inside their 30, and you're going to see pressure from New Hampshire now. They'll be locking on man-to-man in the secondary, and the up-front people will be coming.
The University of Maine Black Bears and New Hampshire have fought for, it seems like, 100 years, and they're still doing it today. Wilder. Theobald in the open, breaks tackles 20. He's at the 15 and out of bounds. Lance Theobald continues living a life of disaster here today, hasn't he, Walter? He's been at the high point of the game and the low point of the game today.
He's made an exciting afternoon. That's an understatement, George. Here he comes right now. Notice the blocking. Joe McDonald, excellent block outside. Here comes Lance through, big hole. Colasacco making a big block. Face mask on there, the referee missed.
Oh, do they miss him every once in a
Well,
while?
I happen to miss that one. Your people on the camera had a pretty good shot on that one.
All right, first man through is Walsh, the fullback, goes to the 9-yard line. Walsh takes it inside the 10. The line to make is the 6-yard line. It is getting extremely dark here. I'm sure our television engineers are battling it. There are no lights here. And we'll stay on to the bitter end of what has been the most exciting game of the year. And we're glad that you've been with us on Channel 5, Channel 13, and on our radio network today. We're at just about the 8-yard line. And Maine will have a second down and about 2 yards to go. There's Walsh, the fullback. Flags are down. Now, let's see. You got to suspect holding, and Buddy Teevens is mad, and he's mad at his own team. He's not mad at the officials. He even expectorates a little bit there. He would like to choose somebody out right now, because you do not want to self-destruct in here. You're down to 4:45. You're going to see a 5-yard penalty on you. You're down in there. Now, remember, more than that, they're going to take this one back at 10. This is a 10-yard penalty. We'll take it back to the 17-yard line. So they've got to go from the 17 down to the 6-yard line to pick up the first down.
Now, this is going to put pressure on New Hampshire secondary, because if you had to guess, you'd speculate that New Hampshire would be locked on man-to-man so they can put the blitz on Wilder. They forced Maine into a passing situation, and you watch them. Yes, they're going into the man-to-man coverage.
Well, Wilder looking for Hebra. Who will he look for? Turns around, goes to the left side on the sprint out. He's going to the corner. It is over Teevens. Touchdown. Who caught it? It is Giselle over Teevens for the score. And they threw at the coach's brother. Teevens over his head, and Giselle makes a great catch to make it 44-33. That's a great football play. That's power against power. Teevens is the best defender out there. Wilder going to his left.
Here comes Bobby. Watch this. Giselle turns back through now, catches the ball. Teevens is trying to face guard and react to his eyes. Maybe that's dirty cool, picking on your brother like that.
It's up, and it is good. It is 45-33. We'll be back for the next kickoff in 30 seconds. Don't go away.
I exercise to keep fit, so I look and feel my best. To keep my car body fit, I take it to Tough Coat Dyno. Their 2-step penetrator rust protection enters seams, crimps, and weld points, penetrates existing rust, and seals against new rust. Inside, underneath, all around. With Tough Coat Dyno rust protection and maintenance, my car looks great while I drive it, lasts longer, and is worth more when I trade it. Believe me, it pays to keep your body fit.
To keep your newer used car fit, insist on Tough Coat Dyno, the body fitness experts.
There is some joy in the Teevens household, and number 10 in the white is the Maine coach's brother, Tim Teevens, who got beat. And he's a good one. Oh, my goodness. Here's the kickoff. It's on the ground. It'll bounce around. It is Shiner takes it up at the 15 to the 20. The big fullback breaking tackles will go down at the 25-yard line. And we're down to 4 minutes to go in this football game here at the University of Maine. The final home game of the year for the Bears. They go on the road to Delaware. We will be with you next week on our radio network.
Normally at this time, George, in the late in the season, cold, you get people leaving the game. We've got people coming in. Look at the students filing in from the dorms.
Coming back in. See the end of it? All right, the New Hampshire Wildcats have got to air the ball out. Byrne under pressure. Buckler's got him. He throws it away. That's a flag. That's downing the ball. Buckler had him, and they'll charge him for downing the ball. Now, Byrne is going to argue that he had a receiver near where the ball came down, but he will lose that argument. Are they going to give it to him?
He's picked up the flag, waved it off.
Okay. I tell you, New Hampshire did not get every bad break in this game. If that's not downing the ball, I'm not sure exactly what downing the ball is.
Look, trying to find a receiver out there. Number 35, Garron, was in the area.
He was on the field. He was somewhere on the playing field. Garron is the tailback. All right, there's a 2nd down 10 there from the 25-yard line. Garron comes up, goes in motion. They're looking for him. Here's the bomb down the sideline for the freshman. It is incomplete. There was a collision along the sideline, but it was after the ball was touched. It was to your buddy Curtis Olds, and good defense by the Bears.
Freshman to freshman, Olds versus Mark Ware, Maine's outstanding freshman safety, met head-to-head.
They're stopping the clock with all of this, though.
Here it comes right here. You'll see Olds look up, and there's 23 Ware breaking the play up.
I tell you, Mr. Mark Ware is one fine freshman, number 23 for the Maine Bears.
And Stu Pelkey has been many places this afternoon, number 45 for Maine.
We have an I formation. It is 3rd and 10, and you know what Byrne will do with this football. He has no choices left to him. In the pocket, over the middle, it is the freshman dropping the ball. Well, he has caught so many today, he was due to drop one, and Curtis Olds finally proves himself to be human. And the punting unit will be on the field.
I don't know, George. You hold on a second. I haven't seen him come on yet, and this is going to be a decision time. 3:50 left on the clock. You're down. You're down 2.
Well, Flanagan, who is the punter, is also an offensive player, so we'll have to wait and see. He is out there, but they're going for it.
They're going to have to down 2 touchdowns.
It is 45-33. The Maine Black Bears are in the lead. Garron going in motion to the right side. Byrne taking a big drop. Sets up. In trouble now. Throws under pressure. All the way down there. It is caught. A great reception. Oh, what a catch down there by the young man, the sophomore Glenn Mathews, at the Maine 27-yard line. What a play. Byrne went downfield to Mathews, the sophomore. And he has been amazing with his throws today on the mark.
Right on the target. Leaping catch. Tremendous play for putting New Hampshire right back into things.
Isn't this something? What a game this has been. And they're knocking on Maine's door now just when it seemed they were going to be out of it. Garron going in motion to the right side. Byrne looking for Olds. Fires short. It is Garron. He cannot hang on to it. It will stop the clock with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
It's plays like that drive coaches nuts. 4th down, deep in your territory, you never go for it. Here they go for it, make the bomb. All the fans are seeing from now on 4th down, go for it. Forget the punt game.
You allowed me one time to coach in the blue-white game, and I use that term loosely, and I decided to go for it on 4th down, and you choked me.
We're too conservative. Coaches are too conservative.
Players are never conservative. They want to go all the time. All right, Byrne. Back, takes the draw, gets set, he throws up in the middle, he's got a man. It is incomplete, almost intercepted by Jay Davenport. Number 21, that'll stop the clock again. And now they're going to be 3rd down and 10. What a finish to this football season for the home fans this one has been today.
Maine was in a zone defense. You could easily read that because the defensive people were staying right there in their positions. And Maine is basically a zone defensive team. When they blitz off the inside and still stay zone, and you'll see them in a zone this time.
All right, Curtis Olds is wide out to the right side. Farrell is to the left. Here's the deep drop. Byrne's going for it. Down the middle. It is deflected, and Maine will intercept it. It is intercepted by Davenport. Jay Davenport at the 5-yard line, and the Bears maybe have taken that turnover and can convert it into victory, because New Hampshire certainly does not have many more opportunities as a rather dejected offensive unit starts heading for the sidelines.
You see why the zone defense has so many teams play it. It gives you other players in the area, deflected ball. If that would have been a man-to-man, there wouldn't have been anybody in the area. But the zone, you're covering a third of the field. Underneath coverage on a tip ball, you've got an opportunity to do what Jay Davenport from Sharon Mass did there, intercept the ball and make the big play.
The Maine Black Bears have not in recent years beaten New Hampshire very much. But this series is even-steven over the long years they have played. A deep handoff. It goes to Theobald across the 5 out to the 6. These two teams have played, I believe, 72 times, Walter. This is a 73rd meeting, I think, between the two teams, and each team has 32 victories, plus the ties. That's incredible.
8 ties. A lot of people in Western Maine are enjoying this game. Of course, there's a lot of rivalry between Western Maine. People like Al Nutting that have lived from Otisfield, former great person at Maine, and many of his boys send their love to him. His Nutting Hall was named after him. Those people over in Western Maine are having some bragging rights played out right today.
This has been a show and a half to the fans all over the state. College football. Deep pitch. Goes to Theobald. Cuts back up against the flow. Crosses the 10 out to about the 12-yard line. So Maine will have a 3rd down. We're down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. A recap of this game will take a long show, more than we have daylight to do here. The technical crew's done a heck of a job of keeping these cameras nice and bright on the television side as we look at our screen up here, because as I look from the press box down, it is very, very dark out there. And Dale Carter and his crew, of course, and all our camera people have been here since early this morning.
But
doing a good job.
What we're seeing on the monitor is no way reflected on the field as far as the darkness.
A flag is down. Maine apparently has called for delay of game, taking the clock down to 1 minute and 41. You believe that's a deliberate attempt to delay the game, to let a little time go, or was that just too much time?
They're trying to play it close, try to milk it for every second they can. He's 1 minute and 41, and they just want to keep getting the long count, the long snap, and they needed the time.
I was just trying to say, was there, in my own mind, was there a big play of the ball game today, Walter, in your mind? Has there been one big play we can look at?
The one big one that I saw was the opening kickoff. Since then, it's just been from there on, look out.
The turning point was when we got off the bus we once said down at Boston College, wasn't it, Walter? You said the turning point of the game came when I opened the bus door and got off. All right, here we go. It is Wilder keeping on the fake, takes it sidelines, and he goes down. And the punting unit will be coming on. It's going to be 4th down, and they may call timeout. New Hampshire has 2 timeouts. If they've called time, yes. They now have 1 timeout. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back here in just a moment for the wrap-up.
Buy the tickets everyone wants in Maine, New Hampshire, and in Vermont. Tri-State Megabucks.
Where do I buy Megabucks tickets?
Right here, just pick 6 numbers.
Ooh, 14, 27. It's so hard to choose.
How about your phone number? Let the machine pick the numbers.
Oh, that's fun.
It's fun, fun, fun. Tri-State Lotto for everyone.
It's a great game, and it's here in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont.
Tri-State Megabucks. Lotto for everyone.
It's a great game, and it's here in...
Pressure's on Riley now.
Okay, coming back in here now. We are ready to go with 1 minute and 33 seconds left to go in this football game. The University of Maine Black Bears, 45-33 in the lead. Topliff from the end zone. Hits it pretty well. It's a 50-yard kick. It rolls, bounces, bounds. They will not field it. It will go out. He's going to get the biggest kick of the game when we figure it out. In the air, it was 50 yards. I don't know what the exact net will be when we give it a toss here. And Jeff Topliff, number 80, the former basketballer here at Orono, did a terrific job. This game wrapping down to its finale next week. That's a 55-yard kick. by Jeff Topliff, and you cannot ask a kid to do more than that. Coach Fitzgerald, formerly of Boston College, along the sideline, yelling outside instructions. And so Byrne will have to hurry with his team. Andre Garron going in motion. Garron back downfield. Here's Byrne's pass to him. It is incomplete. We'll stop the clock with 1:16 to go. It'll take us as long to play the final 1:16 as it took the previous 10 minutes, because if it's incomplete, it will stop the clock every time.
George, from here right now, when they throw the ball, it's very hard to pick it up.
I know. I'm watching the TV monitor more than I am looking downstairs right now.
To see the ball in the air.
To see where it is. That is correct. All right, coming to the near sideline, Glenn Mathews. Mathews split way outside. They've got Curtis Olds, the freshman, wide out to the right side. Here comes the deep drop. Byrne now gets some time. He's putting it in the air down the middle. It is incomplete, intended for the outstanding Tom Flanagan, and they're going to call pass interference on the Maine Black Bears. All right, they throw the piece of yellow flag down. It is pass interference. Remember, that's a first down and a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Years ago, that would have been at the spot of the infraction.
Here it is on the monitor right now.
It was close.
George, you'd have to say questionable right there, but
it was close.
Defensively now, you can't let a play like this get you down. The defensive signal caller's right there. Coach Fitzgerald sending in the signals. Captain Mark Coots is picking them up. He'll relay them on. And that play is behind you. New Hampshire's thinking now, how can we get in one play? They're looking for the one-play strike.
45-33 the score. The Maine Black Bears leading. We've got 1:09 to go. The boys from Durham are trying to pull a miracle out. Here's the deep drop. Byrne flies it downfield. It is caught by the terrific freshman Curtis Olds down at the 12-yard line. And Olds, the freshman, is something to behold out here this afternoon. Wow, what a catch by this kid again.
We talked about the one-play strike. Here it is. New Hampshire has to go for the bomb. Olds has been their big play man all afternoon. Relatively newcomer to their offensive scene this year. Here he is.
It's 45-33. Back Burns. Clock rolling inside of a minute. Drops it off to Garron. Garron at the 10. He could go. He's down, and he will go for the score. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Andre Garron has scored to make it 45-39 with 43 seconds remaining in the football game. And we're going to be in an onside kick situation very shortly, as the New Hampshire Wildcats have refused to quit here today.
Watch this play. Watch Garron. This is why he's going to be a pro someday. Watch this. Tremendous move. He's down. Free hand on the ground. Comes up. Free hand down again and drags it into the end zone.
Well, he's got the genes. His father was a great running back with the New England Patriots. And now, well, was it Boston Patriots when his father Larry was there? In any event, his father was a great one, and so is Andre. And he is 5'11", 190 pounds, and he has put it in to make it 45-39. Now they're going to take a delay of game call to get a little better angle on it, I guess. I don't know why he wanted to take the deliberate. I guess he just feels more comfortable 5 yards back. Whatever. It's a delay of game call. They did it deliberately, Walter.
They might have been talking 2 or 1. It's a definitely go for one situation. 2 points wouldn't matter here at all.
No, 2 points. The thing that Maine is going to be playing with the football in the darkness down there on an onside kick situation, which isn't far away. All right, here's the extra point try. He gets it up there, and it is good.
George, you've been complaining about reading the scoreboard all year. You get a pretty good look at it right now in the dark.
Would everybody surround the field and turn on the lights? I got a question for you, Walter Abbott. It would be hard to believe that you could end up in a tie with a 5-point deficit, but you realize that this game ended in a tie, we would have to play overtimes in the dark. The overtime rule is in effect. Now, Maine knows it's onside kick time. Maine will put every little halfback they own in there. They have got the littlest guys that you have ever seen. They've got Jeff Topliff out on the field. They have got every little back end. There's not one lineman on the field for Maine right now that I can detect. They are all backs.
Remember, George, Topliff is 6'4", so maybe we shouldn't call him little. We're looking for hands.
We're looking for hands. Not one lineman on the field. I don't know if I've ever seen that, Walter.
He's done.
11 offensive players are out there.
And everyone said, don't kick it to me.
Everybody, let somebody else handle it. Here comes the onside kick. I think they were offsides. They were offside.
Number 1.
Maine got it. Sergio Hebra got it. New Hampshire was offsides, but Maine will decline. With 42 seconds to go, Maine has the ball at the 45-yard line. Decline the penalty, run out the clock, and Maine will have a tremendous victory over a very, very good New Hampshire team. Remember, they have won 21 of the last 25. They have won 6 out of 8 this year.
This could be one of the biggest upsets in New England this year.
I would say so. Maine was a heavy underdog today. Although, I tell you, there was another one building today. Northeastern was tied with Rhode Island the last time I knew.
New Hampshire's going to feel snake-bitten. Last year, they had everything to gain. They went down to Massachusetts, the lowest-ranked team in the league, and they knocked them off.
That's right.
And Maine's going to do it to them here, it looks like today.
All right, Maine ahead by 5 points, 45. We've had 90. We've had 85 points. I was going to say 90 points. We're losing count. All right, Bob Wilder will touch it down. New Hampshire, I do not believe, has another timeout, do they? I think they're out of timeouts. Maine has 2 timeouts remaining. This game is history in just a moment. Now, there is a time. That's the last one. They spin their last one. They had one. The lights are out on the scoreboard. There it is. And so with 29 seconds to go, we'll be wrapping this up very quick at the end of this game. And all I want to say is to my buddy Walter Abbott, who is sitting next to me over here. Walter, look at the camera, will you? Oh, buddy, over here. You have done one tremendous job this year in your first season. I kind of appropriated you. This guy was out of football much too long. His son was captain of Harvard. He wanted to see the Harvard play, the former head coach at Maine. We put him on the television broadcast this year. I got to tell you something, old buddy. Watch out. You're going big time. You're going network. You're great. You know every little thing to say at the right time.
A day like today makes it beautiful, especially when you can see Maine come through like this. It's been a great game, and it's been a great season. I'm pleased that, George, the thing that pleases me that we could take this game to so many people in the state of Maine.
And into the state of New Hampshire, which
yes.
I'm sure the fans over there maybe not liking the scoreboard right now, but what a wacky game. 85 points, and it comes down to it was iffy right at the last moment. Here's the final play of the ball game. Bob Wilder likely will put his knee to the turf, and that will be it. And Maine has beaten New Hampshire by a score of 45-40 as the clock starts ticking down here in the darkness at Alumni Field. Maine will have Delaware next week. The Blue Hens are tough, but I tell you, I don't know if you can find the players. They're beginning to float up in the air. I hope you enjoyed it wherever you are across northern and eastern Maine. On radio, we'll have a post-game show. Our television crew, thank you so much for the work you've done. To Coach Walter Abbott, brilliant job, Walter. The final score, Maine 45, New Hampshire 40. This is George Hale at Orono. So long, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.